Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I've got something insane for you. I went deep into Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and dug out a bunch of hidden Easter eggs, secret details, and cutscene clues that 99% of players completely missed. The devs hid these so perfectly that some of them were almost impossible to figure out without replaying certain quests and cutscenes multiple times. And trust me, I had to go back and grind through a lot of sections again just to bring these secrets to you. So if you appreciate the effort and love the content, you can support the channel by becoming a member or using the Super Thanks feature. Even a small support goes a long way in helping me create more awesome videos for all of you. Alright, enough talking, let's jump straight into the video. So coming to the first Easter egg, this one actually appears right at the beginning of the game, basically the moment you first get control of Henry. When the group sets up camp near the pond and Sir Capon decides he wants to have some fun, there's a cutscene where they start taking off their armor. Now, this is the part where almost everyone misses something. If you look very carefully at the corner of the frame during that cutscene, you can actually spot a chicken just standing there. Yup, a random chicken Easter egg that the devs secretly added. I even saw a post on Reddit where someone thought this was supposed to be some kind of dinosaur Easter egg, but when I used NoClip to fully inspect the area, I found out it's actually just a chicken placed there probably as a little joke from the developers. A tiny detail, but a super fun one that almost nobody notices. Now, moving on to our next Easter egg, which shows up immediately after that previous cutscene. This is the scene where Hans and Henry try to quietly sneak down to the riverbank to admire the girls washing clothes. And here's where things get really clever. If you try switching to photo mode during this cutscene, something the devs knew for sure players would try, they actually hid a hilarious surprise. You can spot a cameraman and his assistant literally filming the girls, like they're shooting some medieval documentary. Honestly, I'm pretty sure this is the devs' way of referencing us, the players, trying to use photo mode to get that special angle. You know exactly what I mean. It's such a funny meta joke, and unless you purposely go into photo mode at that moment, you'll never see it. Now coming up next, we've got a really interesting detail that most players never catch. This is the scene where Bohuda makes his first appearance completely drunk and doing some kind stuff, and Sir Radzig and Sir Hanush come to check on him. Now the cutscene conversation is taking place in Uzhitz, but here's the fun part. If you turn on photo mode during this scene and try to peek outside the windows, you'll notice something strange. The location is not Uzhitz at all. It's actually Troskovitz. Yup, the devs didn't build a separate cutscene version of Uzhitz for this moment. They simply used a house from Troskovitz and staged the entire conversation there. And honestly, it makes total sense. It saves time and resources while still giving us a believable scene. A tiny production trick, but a really cool Easter egg that you'd never catch unless you went behind the scenes with photo mode. Now, let's move on to one of the coolest hidden details in the entire game during the Storm storyline quest, where you finally get the chance to take down Istvan Toth. This whole sequence is already intense, but the devs secretly added a bunch of hidden details that most players never notice. The first one is actually pretty amazing. If you try killing Istvan using different weapons, the devs didn't just reuse the same finishing animation. They actually created 4 completely different kill animations, each depending on the type of weapon you use. So whether you finish him with a sword or with any heavy weapon, with fist, or try to kill him in a dishonorable way, the animation changes. And honestly, this level of detail is insane. It really shows how much effort the developers put into these major story moments, which is actually a small touch, but a brilliant one.
In the end, see, I was right. The stronger dog. Fucks the bitches.
And if you still weren't impressed with that level of detail, trust me, the devs went even crazier. Because there's one more Easter egg in this Istvan fight that almost nobody notices, and yes, this one is absolutely wild. There is actually a dinosaur hidden in this cutscene. If you look closely during the fight, you can spot a tiny creature just standing there, watching the whole thing like it's ringside entertainment. And when you switch to photo mode and zoom in, that's when you get the clearest view of it. A small dinosaur just chilling, enjoying Henry beating the absolute life out of Istvan. I don't know what species it's supposed to be. I'm no dinosaur expert, so you guys can comment below and tell me what you think it looks like. But the fact that the devs actually added a dinosaur in such a serious moment is just hilarious. It's one of those Easter eggs that makes you wonder what the developers were thinking, and I am sure most of the players missed this Easter egg during this scene.
Fucks the bitches.
So since we're already talking about dinosaurs in KCD2, it would honestly be unfair if I didn't mention this one, because it's probably the strangest dinosaur Easter egg in the entire game. If you travel near Kuttenberg and head to this specific location on the map, you'll find a locked barn door. Just lockpick it and head inside. At first, the place looks a bit mysterious and abandoned, but keep exploring and go deeper into the barn. Eventually, you'll come across a tunnel entrance. Just jump down into the tunnel and follow the path. And this is where things get weird. You'll reach a hidden underground area, and you can clearly see some kind of small creatures locked up around the place. But the moment you switch to photo mode to inspect them, you'll realize they're the exact same dinosaurs we saw during the Istvan Toth boss fight cutscene. Why are dinosaurs locked underground in a medieval, historically grounded game? No idea. It's honestly one of the most mysterious Easter eggs the devs had added. Maybe there are more hidden around the world, so if you guys know any, definitely comment below and tell me. I'd love to check them out. As you already know, the KCD2 developers love adding hilarious Easter eggs into a medieval world, which is exactly what makes discovering them so much fun. One perfect example of this can be found in the side quest Bellatores. If you choose the stealth approach sneaking inside, you'll unlock a special cutscene after killing all the Cumans. And during this cutscene, just look upwards, because you can actually see an airplane flying overhead during the scene. Yup, a literal airplane in a 15th century medieval game. Of course, I got curious and instantly switched to photo mode to check whether the devs really placed an airplane up there, or if it was just some quick effect. And trust me, what I found was hilarious. They actually added a goofy, simple model of a stick in the sky with wings, clearly meant as a fun little joke for players who inspect things closely. It perfectly shows the playful way the devs wanted us to notice it and laugh at this completely out-of-place detail. So, as you already know, KCD2's main story easily takes 50 to 60 hours to complete. But what most players don't know is that the devs actually added 2 hidden secret endings. Technically, there are 3, but the third one happens almost at the end of the game, so we'll talk about that later. For now, let's focus on the first two secret endings, and trust me, these are wild. If you remember the part where Henry disguises himself as a waiter during King Sigismund's council meeting, almost everyone wondered the same thing. Can we kill King Sigismund right here? And the answer is yes, you actually can. To trigger this secret ending, you need to head to this specific room before King Sigismund arrives. Inside that room, there's a hidden dagger placed in a very sneaky spot. Just grab that dagger, wait for Sigismund to enter, and then you can assassinate him stealthily right during the meeting. Doing this instantly ends the game and triggers a special ending screen that says, Henry died at the hands of Sigismund's guards, but he managed to stop the Hussite Wars by killing King Sigismund. It's a dark, unexpected, and honestly pretty hilarious alternate ending that most players never discover. Now let's talk about the second secret ending, which is even crazier and honestly one of the hardest endings to trigger in the entire game. You can activate this one when King Sigismund's camp finally becomes accessible to you. Once you're inside the camp, the idea sounds simple, but it's extremely challenging to pull off. All you have to do is hunt down and kill 21 of Sigismund's guards. And let me tell you, these guards are no joke. They're some of the toughest enemies in the game, and the whole camp goes on high alert as soon as you start fighting. But if you somehow manage to survive, fight your way through, and kill all 21 guards, the game will reward you with a special happy ending. A unique end screen appears that says, "You changed history. Sigismund retreated to Hungary in disgrace, and King Wenceslas acknowledged Henry as the rightful heir of Sir Radzig." Which basically means this is actually one of the best possible endings for Henry, a complete alternate timeline where he earns full recognition and respect from the king himself. It's tough, it's brutal, but the payoff is absolutely worth it. And now we come to the third secret ending, the one hidden right at the very end of the game. I'm not even sure if we should call this a proper ending or a bonus result, but the game does give you a special title screen for pulling it off, so it absolutely counts. This one takes place during the final siege, the moment where you have to rescue Samuel and you finally get the opportunity to kill Markvart von Alitz, the man responsible for burning Skalitz. Now normally, players just push through the siege, fight what they can, finish the mission, and move on. But the devs hid something insane here. If you manage to kill every single enemy soldier in the siege, that is, all 84 guards, plus Markvart von Alitz himself, making the total count 85 kills, the game will reward you with a completely unique, special title screen. And honestly, killing 85 heavily armed soldiers during a chaotic siege is one of the most challenging things you can do in KCD2. It's courageous, it's brutal, and it pushes your combat skills to the absolute limit. But if you actually manage to wipe out all 85 enemies, the game acknowledges your insane achievement with a rare screen that almost no players ever see. So yeah guys, that's all for today's video. I actually planned to include even more hidden Easter eggs, but then I decided to keep this episode focused entirely on cutscene secrets and the crazy hidden details the devs slipped into the game. If you enjoy discovering awesome Easter eggs and mind-blowing hidden details in games, make sure to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned, because in the next video, I'll be covering even more Easter eggs in KCD2 that will definitely surprise you. Also, if you liked this video, don't forget to drop a like. It really helps the channel a lot. And if you haven't watched the previous 2 episodes of KCD2 Easter eggs, make sure to check those out as well. They're packed with secrets you probably missed. So that's it for today's video, folks. As Henry would say, that'll do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.